go on and on and on and on and on and on. Guess what we got? It's that time of the day. And like I said, going on and on and on. I wanna, all the ladies have been naming. We got Bookie, we got Demi, we got Vivian, we got um the list could go on. Welcome to Queens of the Mic. Good afternoon, Queens. Yeah, this is your very own show. Sauced up Queens of the Mic, the one and only women focused show, shedding light on African women behind the business, hip hop, and lifestyle culture. Catch us every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on Wednesday, Women Radio 91.7. Don't forget that dial. If you're going to touch the dial, it will be because you're about to turn the volume all the way up. Today we got another healthy, very healthily packed, robust, exciting, eye-opening, um, freshest. Let's not forget that part, and quite encapsulating package for you today. Encapsulating, that was a big word, right? Okay. All right, if you want to join the conversation, call us on 0700, or rather, let's take it quite clearly. 07 triple zero 917 easy peasy lemon squeezy 07000 also 0800 I love these numbers. 0800 And for the twiddly thumbs, right? WhatsApp us, of course, was to get your message and we'll read it out on WhatsApp us on 08155 917 Also, remember last week we talked about all the amazing things that you have to do, especially when you're dealing with insurance. Shout out to our people out at Emple, Nigeria, Emple Live, and all the great people out there. Emple is the reason why you're hearing my voice, and you'll be hearing two other beautiful voices of ladies that open the eyes of other ladies, open their hearts, open their minds to do better, to gravitate towards what their heart's desires should be and what it actually is, so they can excel in whatever field that they are. Shortly, you would hear from them, and we'll be opening the mic about Emple's people, culture, values, the International Women's Day Aid program, and the Women's Month initiatives that they've been running with. This amazing people at Emple in that space, and what they're doing is something that every single woman and the men that love them should be concerned with. All right. So we're going to be talking to Bukola Thomas. She's the Group Chief People Officer, and we'll be talking to Rachel Owolabi. She's head of marketing and customer experience. We can't wait. I'm sure you can't wait to see these lovely ladies. Remember, we're live on YouTube, WFM 917. You feel the vibe, feel us. All right, come together. Let's do this for real and together. Don't forget, Queen on the Mic is packed with our various segments. Talking music interview. We're talking to Bookie. Bookie is a gospel artist that's been doing it for a while now, and we're going to be asking her. She recently became, well, not recently. She's a doctor now. You know how it is. Put the doctor on my name. Put some respect on my name. So she's a doctor now. She's a rapper. She's gospel, and we're going to be asking her to tell us how she does all these things. All right. So on Talking Music, we'll be talking to Bookie, and we have brand new music from Tilo. The Difference is one of my favorite songs recently that's going on right now. And we'll be looking at Throwback Pack, where we'll go old school, we'll go way back to throwback female rap song that did the numbers, that did the waves, back then. And of course on Cream Business Tips as usual. Gospel Truth, we'll be listening to Sam OG. Behind the Business is where we'll be talking to our beautiful Ample people that will open our minds to what we just talked about earlier. And we'll be having our top 10, top 5 rather, hip hop women in the business. Stay here again, like I say. If you're going to touch that dial, make very, very, very sure that it's to turn the volume up. This is Queens of the Mic. Let's go.
Killing it. Me and my girls, am I killing it? Me and my girls, am I killing it? And we not send anybody. And we don't care what the limit is. When we roll, yeah. Roll, yeah. When we roll, we don't semi, it's full cup of Benny. And when we're pouring Henny, we don't stop a Benny. Cause tomorrow isn't promised, live it up a Benny. And if we see another day, we pour another Henny. Celebrate, we don't even need a reason, Charlie. Sammy Force and got us flexing any season, Charlie. And we don't love them, never please them, we don't need them, Charlie. Kumasi tack rally to Ogba, yes they see us, Charlie. When I'm with my queens, we on top of Benny. Self-esteem, all on ease, that's the team of Benny. Cheers to life, round here, breathe the life, Here's to life, plant seeds, breathe the life. Cause we're hot women, no organ top women. We just grind it out and stay on top. White linen, fresh women. Me and my girls, them are killing it. And we not sitting anybody who not feeling it. Or penny, and we don't care what the limit is. When we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll. Fine boy, give me a sign, boy. Are you really ready to give me the time, boy? Are you packed heavy, mind like Machiavelli? Will you break down my rules? Any means necessary? Brown skin, chocolate, dark king. The times whenever your mind's right to endeavor. We don't do vulture men, we like them culture men. Know how to ride and survive in the hopeful land. Around the world, we turn up with the dopest men. Smart men that be playing the part, men, but we don't stress them, we don't need them, we bless them, live it up in every moment, and we're feeling the best when me and my girls, them are killing it, and we not sitting anybody who not feeling it, or any, and we don't care what the limit is, when we roll, yeah, 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 roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll. Me and my girls, them are killing it. And we not sitting anybody who not feeling it. Oh, Benny, and we don't care what the limit is. When we roll, yeah, when we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah, when we roll, yeah. When we roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll. When we roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll.
Women Radio 91.7.
To the ladies and all party goers, where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? To the ladies and all party goers, where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? What would the world be without beautiful, powerful women? The Mimas, the grandmas, the nation builders, who educates us, challenges, teaches, love and support us, and gives birth to all the world's sons and daughters. And y'all deserve props cause y'all running hip-hop. Started with Shot Rock, 50 years later women is on top. Bahamadia, Missy, Moni, Light, and Queen Latifah. Miss Lauryn Hill is an honor for me to even meet you. Where would we be without Queens in the microphone? Roxanne, Shantae, we both call QB home. Though she pushing the culture, I'm inspired by Salt and Pepper, Nikki, Foxy, and Kim, and Megan Carter and Left Eye. Plus nothing realer than Lotto, Glorilla, and Rod Digger, Remy, Rhapsody, and Eve, all straight killers. And I was signed by a woman, she created a movement. So much love to Faith Newman. What we doing? This one goes out to the whole woman nation. To the ladies and all party goers, where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? With love from Nas to Cream, this one goes to the ladies and all party goers, where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? Yeah, divine feminine, beyond fine shit. Not a team. When my eyes squint, you'll see what I see. Our presence together is always a pleasure. So I figured I'd write you a letter. You a queen, you a star, supernatural. Pure gratitude by your side, but let me ask you, why don't shout to Eternia, ice cream tea. Rest in peace, boss. Paula Perry, Shay Noir, yeah, Sonya 3D T, Armani Caesar, Ice Spice, yeah, Nonchalant, 5 o'clock in the morning, Imani Montana, Dej Loaf, Mitty Scott MC, Hurricane G, Miss Melody, Sugar T, Young M.A., what up Scarlett, shout to Lady London, what up JJ Fab, yeah, to the whole queendom of rap, love to all of y'all, whoever I name I still love you, for life, love from Nas and Preem, yeah.
Yes, welcome back. My name is Bionic. Queens off the mic, and we got some queens in the building. I wish I could, roll out the 21 gun salute and all that in the air, but I know we're doing it in our hearts. We have two special guests, extra special guests. Like I introduced earlier, we have Bukola Thomas, Group Chief People Officer. Huge title. You're going to be explaining all that to us. And we have Rachel Owolabi. Owolabi, we gave birth to wealth, right? Mm-hmm. You would agree. She's the head of marketing and customer experience. We're going to be talking Emple. And by the way, that's a fantastic name. I don't know how you guys came up with that. It's so funky. People want to, do stuff with you. We're talking Emple's people, value, culture, the IWD program, that's the International Women's Day, I guess, right? And Women's Month Initiative. You guys have been so busy. So for starters, talk to us about you, Bukola. Tell us, in a few sentences, who you are, who people don't, not outside of Empo, outside of what we're doing here, just in a few sentences. Who is Bukola?
About Emple, our culture, and our values. But let me talk about Bukola quickly. So, Bukola Thomas, I have been in people management for 24 odd years. And one of the things that has stood out for me is how leadership shapes culture, and how when you have good leadership, then the culture of the organization is going to be really good. So I have an advocacy about leadership, leading through kindness, and that's one advocacy that aligns very well with one of our core values in MPO, which is empathy. So we're happy to be here to share some of the insights from what we do at MPO, because for us, people come first.
Hmm. Okay, now. Thank you, Bukola. Rachel. Who's Rachel? Outside of Emple. Few sentences.
Also with MPO.
Yes.
Okay, so Rachel is somebody that's big on God.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm also very big on people. I love to empower the youth and the women. Very, very passionate about youth and women. And inside of MPO, I'm passionate about the
Not yet inside of Emple. Not yet.
yeah.
So there's a thin line between, since you mentioned the God factor, and it will come in a little bit. So there's a thin line between feminism and and what's the best way to put it on international airways, between real feminism and the one that seems almost demonic. That's the lightest way to put it. So there's a thin line. So come at us explaining what actually that's, you talked about empowering women and the things they're interested in. Also that is a bit problematic and has been, where it's women seemingly empowering women, but they're not doing that. They're teaching them all the wrong things. How they're distance, you know. I mean, if you've witnessed or experienced.
Into women being out of
There's a God in it. So God doesn't like chaos, right? So there's that order. But there are women that are in that order. That's what I'm talking about. So how do you which of the paths are you walking and why? With the things you said.
the God first. We have a template. We have a rule book, which is the Bible. Anything outside of that does not apply. So,
We're going to dig into this.
No,
The whole different
not yet.
on a different time. All right. So the empowerment part for women is something that's really interesting for us today, and what we really love. There's a whole lot of things happening that women are not talking about, especially across board, and it's sad because it's not being emphasized on. Women want to do stuff, ask ask for extra, under the table, behind the scenes, and for many that are not strong-willed, they just fall by the wayside and they're like, you know. It's good that Apple is doing, especially this women more. Let me start with you, Buki. In a competitive talent market, like how Nigeria is, what makes top performers choose to stay at your company, to stay at Apple? How do you retain them? How do you use jazz? What jazz do you guys use? How do you because once you're hot out there in your different industries, people will come at you. People will poach, people would say all kinds of things. So how do you keep someone like Tolu without him going to competition? Let me not say no names. That's what the question is saying.
So, to be honest, it's culture. We have created this work environment where people feel safe, people feel safe, people believe that what they are contributing to the organization is appreciated. There's very big role for leadership. And so we're empowering our leaders from those are emerging leaders and to those are already senior leaders and of course to executive leadership. So empowerment is happening on all fronts. So our people first culture is really to our name. So our name is Emple, which really stands for empowering people. And so the people covers both our internal people and our customers who are external people. So for us to empower our customers, our own people first. And so that's the culture that we have designed, over the years. And our culture is not on the billboards and on templates. It's actually the way we live. So it was curated by us, for us, and we're living through those values today.
Very impressive. I don't know how I managed to have missed empowering people. I don't know. No. This is amazing. Amazing. So empowering people. People driven, everything is about the people. So both customers and
Absolutely.
wow. Okay, so Rachel now. Listening and hearing about Emple and all that good stuff. What is the core mission driving the company? Coming from the perspective of your role in marketing and customer experience.
Well, our mission is very simple but profound. It's simply to provide financial security solutions across Africa. And we empower people by protecting their lives and what is dear to them. Their loved ones, their properties, their investments, their lives. So at Emple, we believe everything should be made simple. Insurance is complicated enough as it is. So
you're right.
So our aim is to simplify all of the insurance jargons so the layman can relate, and we are able to eject our brand, of course, and help these individuals to secure their life and properties. So that's what we stand for.
I'll say one more question for you. What role can corporate brand play in synergy?
Well, people are the hearts of the Emple brand, really. And when I say people, I mean both internally and externally. And our values, some of which are professionalism, empathy, integrity, stewardship, and the rest are those things that are shaping us as a people, I mean the employees now, to operate internally, right? And to build our ecosystem. So because our people have this mindset, have this thing in them, that they must be professional, they must show empathy, they must show integrity. They're able to engage our customers, they're able to serve them appropriately. It's like what we stand for, right? And with all of these values, we are able to reflect, our values reflect in our employees, even as they're engaging our customers, even as they're speaking to people, even everywhere they go. And this culture of accountability and care allows us to build trust and credibility amongst our stakeholders, our partners, and our customers. And that's basically what insurance stands for.
In every part there's black sheep. So where accountability seems to lack, or it becomes a knowing problem that doesn't go away, and it's not. So when it's lacking, what do you do? How does the employer think that you have a better solution in real life? You call it short when it comes to that part of things. How do you do?
Well, I have not seen any black sheep yet.
When I say black sheep, so accountability is everything. But there are certain people that hide behind not wanting to be, it's nicely done. So when you find that out, how do you handle it?
So we go the Emple way. We follow up on whoever has defaulted. We train them. We bring them back. We imbibe in them this culture all over again. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes some people, like you said, might not fully be indoctrinated. So we just bring them back and then indoctrinate them all over again. We give them trainings, we send them for trainings and so many exposures, seminars and all of that. That would get these people, into our cultures and what we stand for as our values. So once we have gone through all of this circle, I don't think right now we don't even have a black sheep, but for what you have said, it might happen. And if we have such, that's the way we should treat it, or we treat it at Emple.
So I'm laughing because the picture I saw in my head when I had that was how the ongoing banditry and
Right.
people are they after all the done change their defensive and they are indoctrinated or taking classes such a bad thing. And I know as easy as it sounds, I know it's not. I wish you all the strength to be able to deal with it. Yes, the you know how they say the bad egg spoils the whole, the bad apple spoils the whole. I'll leave you there. Right? Let me ask. Values always sit on wall. You know how you have that.
Yeah.
Picture of the president and the whole landscape. So the question is, how do your core values actually influence emotions, discipline, recognition, and not just pitch them for having a
Okay. So for us, our values speak to the way we do everything. So those core values underpin how we operate, how we show up for our customers, how we relate with one another. So our values are at the heart of every single thing that we're doing. And we make sure that when we are operationalizing it, we're defining each core value within each system. So for instance, in finance, we're defining what integrity means within finance, what being nimble means in finance. So our core values actually have this acronym called INSPIRE. So it's integrity, it's nimble, it's stewardship, it's professionalism, it's innovation, it's resilience, and of course, the most important for us, empathy. And that spells INSPIRE. And so what we preach is we're inspiring you to be empowered. And like I said earlier, we made sure that the people themselves crafted these values, defined it for what it is. Yes. So it wasn't something that we picked from AI or AI defined for us, or we're borrowing from, how everybody else borrows one word from everybody. We brought people in, they sat down, deliberated on the things that actually show who the Emple person is. So they are part of that formation. And then we now have champions who were also voted in by the people themselves. So who do you think embodies innovation? People voted, and those people have now become the culture champions. So as opposed to us wasting money on putting boards and things, we actually see people and see them live those values, and people are trying to walk along those values. So, and then of course, very importantly is for us to also ensure that those values translate to how our customers see us. So the customers are hearing people speak to each other with respect. They also get respected. So it's weaving through that system and the fabric of all that we do as an entity, and it flows through to our customers. So they also experience the same thing. And of course, we have policies that would always also guard against, anything, done, any form of disrespect or anything. So when we're talking about black sheep, it's going to be hard because you haven't seen anybody exemplifying that for you. And if we find one, we also are not going to tolerate it and keep it within. So we give it a chance to obviously to remodel yourself and come back. But really and truly, it needs to come from outside the different mindsets. When you get it, you are going to have a repetition. Your own body is going to start telling. In fact, from the interview stage, you're already hearing the way we work. And by the time you come in, you are folded into that same system. And then by the time you walk one day after day, you realize, this is a new place. And I remember somebody that had came and posted on Instagram and on LinkedIn to say, I joined an organization, and honestly, this is one of the first places where I see that what they actually say about people being first, they are actually living and practicing it.
So
Absolutely. For us as Emple, one of the most important things was everybody that we encountered, they are empowered to live life fully, to live life secure. So financial security was also very key. And that's across both our people staff and our people customers. Even from the way we do compensation, reward systems, from the way we do stewardship with the premiums that have been paid to us, we want to make sure that that's financial security. So that even the products that we design are designed with the mindset to ensure that the people that are buying into those products, their investments are secure. If you pay a premium for any form of insurance, when you come and there's a claim, we're not going to be speaking saying, wait, let us, we're very big on ensuring that the claims are paid and on time. So financial security was something that we really wanted to make sure that people were getting out of the products and the services that we have. And for staff, that even career security. So we don't want you to come in and be worried about, am I going to progress in this career? Am I going to do so? If day by day we try to even increase the level of career progression internally before we even bring other people from outside. So security was one. Also prosperity. So you secure is one thing, but for you to also actually be growing. So growth was also very key. We wanted our people to grow on both sides, both as career or as investments that you're bringing into the system. So that mission, it's forever, and we're looking into Africa. So it's going beyond the shores of Nigeria, because a lot of most businesses now are going global. Some are starting from the Africa level. So at least from an Africa point of view, we're also making sure that it's going to be easy for people to do businesses across borders. So that mission remains there. And of course, as things grow, as global changes come, we're also making sure we're building our people to be able to meet global changes that are coming. So training is not just training, it's actually targeted training, intentional training, so that people are learning what is going to future-proof them as well. And so from an innovation point of view, we're also being not just creating new products, but actually listening to the customer and knowing what the customer actually needs, and looking at the social economic dynamics and the changes that might impact those customers, and then finding products that would actually truly keep them financially secure and continue to prosper. So that mission, from a career point of view and our customers, remains the same.
So Rachel, this one is touching. So so what specific initiative to empower women to support them? What specific have you done? So coming from the most
Yeah. So
because I know that's what the women do. That's what the women do. How this thing, what's women?
What's in it for us?
So Emple is big on women, actually, because we believe that when you empower a woman, you have automatically empowered a community, and as well as the nation, really. So one of our initiatives for the month was the health awareness and financial empowerment initiative that we had. And one of them was what we did 2 days ago, where we had a health awareness event, and we collaborated with the Lagos State Ministry of Health, as well as Bastion Health and SOSA put drinks. We had an event where we invited women from the community, and they all came for health screenings. We had cervical cancer screening, we had breast cancer screening, we even had HPV vaccination for girls between the ages of 9 and 14.
For free?
For free. Everything was for free.
Mm.
We even have immunization for open to children, only for boys. So it wasn't
You
just
had to
for-
say it like that.
Oh yes, we had to do that as well. So it's sort of like we didn't plan for them as well. So those are the things that we did. And it was absolutely amazing to see those women troop into our offices and have their screenings done for free. And we even fed them, and it was fantastic. However, part of the things we are doing is not just the physical one, not just that event, because we still have forums like this, platforms like this, to educate our women and our digital spaces to speak to them about financial literacy, as well as security, because women need to understand that they can secure their lives as well as their kids, as well as their businesses. And this can be done by insurance. So many of these engagements are going on simultaneously.
As well as their husbands.
Of course, as well as their husbands.
We won't forget them.
Yeah, we don't.
Because there's something we always say, I always say on the show, it's for women and the people that love them, you know,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what Women FM about as well, you know. But I like to single out the people that love them. You know, it could be, you know, a spouse, children, and
Absolutely.
not the people that don't love them. All right. So Buki, let me come back to you. What kind of workplace are you guys intentionally building for the future at Emple? Because I know, like they said, like they always say, change is constant. You know,
Yes.
you just wake up and you're hit with something new and you have to adapt. You know, so building for the future and more traditional, hybrid, tech driven. Of course, the purpose led, we know about all that. So, how, what kind of workplace is that you see in your head?
So I like what you mentioned already, purpose led. So, because in today's world, the talents that you find out there no longer want to just work. They actually want to work with intentionality, working in places that are purpose driven. So, and that's what we have started to shape.
Smart work.
Smart work. So we're also looking at flexible options. We know that COVID made us start to think around hybrid, which we have for our organization.
Yeah.
We're looking beyond just the hybrid, but actually just the all-rounded flexible working. So, and that's something that is on our front burner at the moment. That let's beyond the hybrid. What else can we do for our people? So we've already started putting measures in place, and some of them will showcase and storytell as we go along.
Awesome.
Tech is very key. So from a developmental point of view, every Emple person has to be digitally savvy, and not just digitally savvy, also agile. So we're investing in not just the tech as in systems and people to understand the system, but actually for people to be digitally savvy within themselves, and then agile. You said something, global world is changing.
Yes.
You don't want to be changing slow, because at that point in time you're obsolete and
You get left straight up.
you get left behind. We don't want that. So we've invested in agility programs, agility training for our people, and even a KPI. So it's KPI for us as an organization, as management, that we must get our people to be at that level where they're agile, which is why nimble is one of our values.
Nimble, that's a word.
Yes. And with that, you know, we're creating a workspace where people are empowered. They are truly empowered to do what they need to do everywhere they find themselves. And we also even things around job rotation, so that you're not stuck in one role, looking at people's personal aspirations, what they really want to do, and aligning that what the business objectives are as well. Because it's at work and you're doing something that you have to do. But it's another thing to show up at work and you're doing something you love to do.
Right.
So that's part of the things that we are putting, you know, into our career planning, into talent management, and how we actually see our people. So even our performance management is also speaking to how are you in what you're doing, and then what do you want to learn. So you're learning on the job, and we're also keeping an ear out for your own personal aspirations so that the alignment is there. That workplace where people walk in and feel, yes, I'm happy to be here, I'm doing what I want to do, I am growing. We don't want people to be static. So I am growing. So growth, learn and development is a KPI. You can't just sit and hide in one corner. You are going to be assessed on what you are learning. We're also empowering people to professionally develop themselves. So we actually pay for professional development. So I'm FCIPM, I'm a fellow of Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. It was paid for. So people are getting into Chartered Institute of Directors. Our directors are getting there. It was paid for. So we're actually supporting professional
awesome.
growth,
Awesome.
within our, and we want that kind of environment where people feel that they are growing. And of course, it translates to our customers also feeling that they also are growing. So that partnership is really, really important to us.
Awesome. So I can't help but talk about or point out or buttress the fact that it's something a lot of one thing a lot of Nigerian organizations are not doing, or should I say Africa generally, is like in the West, I've noticed is like you said, how people feel outside of work, they carry it into work. So if for instance in their personal life they lost someone, or there's problems happening back at home, it'll get into work. Many Nigerian organizations don't care, just show up, and where the West takes it from us is they know that, and Emple, they know that when they care for the personal life, that the work life is taken care of, so that's why it seems like everybody's jackbuying. I always say it, because they would show you that they care about your welfare, and you're like, these guys care about me outside of work, then I'm giving them my work.
Absolutely.
And it's something that I think is a no-brainer. I don't know why we just miss it, and you're like, someone shows up to work and they're the way they are, you're like, you don't care, just sit down and get that done and blah 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 and just move. Even if the person is doing it, it's almost like a choreography. They're just moving to, they're not in it, they're not driven, they're not giving the extra, because it takes extra for things that work. It takes that a little extra. It's not because there's no one recipe that fits all. So it's an amazing thing, and I must commend you guys at Emple. Rachel, looking ahead, and gender equality beyond this March, So what's happening? Is there something happening in April? Is there something happening in May? Is there something happening in summer? Is there something happening towards Christmas? Is it ongoing, or is it just around, this month? And that's why I said looking ahead. What's the plan?
Well, beyond the Women's Month, right? Our commitment to strengthening and supporting various both male and female initiatives is ongoing. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but because we plan to empower not just women but also men. And truth be told, there's been so many initiatives that we have. So let me start with the women. For instance, we have a network internally where we strengthen our women by mentoring them, coaching them, giving them the morale to push beyond and above limits and break the glass ceiling and tell them they can be whatever they want to be, right? And there's so many initiatives that we're doing internally. For like just this IWD, we had a seasoned speaker come to speak to us internally. And externally, last year, I can give you examples of things we've done. Last year, we empowered 5 women from the Okari market, where we supported their businesses and we covered their businesses free of charge. Those are the initiatives that we're doing. And then we're still doing more. For the rest of this year, there's still some strategy around our initiative for women that is still ongoing, as well as for men. The men are not left behind.
Yeah, no.
Definitely. International Men is coming. I'm sure you will hear things that we'll be doing for them as well, because they are also waiting to see all the things they're going to be doing for them as well. But truth be told, we are a business that is, people are key for us, like I said earlier, and we want to ensure that we do not leave out anybody or make anybody feel left out. So there's total inclusion in everything, in our initiative, in our strategy, as a brand and as a business. And I'm sure you'll see a lot of those things shortly.
I can't wait. I'm lined up. My antennas are up. And so Buki, how does Emple create this environment where employees feel valued, they feel heard and respected? Because that's specific things, that we're looking to hear. And when people hear it, they're like, that's the place to work at.
So we're very big on feedback. So we really, truly, genuinely listen
Very
to
good.
people. So we do surveys, different forms of surveys, some short, some, well, lengthy to get more feedback. So we're very big on feedback. And when we get those feedback, we actually get a focus group to look through the feedback that has been received. So the focus group is made up of people from different cadres, from different functions, and all our locations. So nobody's left out.
Very good.
So that focus group now takes it. So it's not just HR go and look at it. No, we actually get this focus group. They take the feedback, dissect it, analyze it, look at the obviously the trends, the things that are recurring, things that have really low scores or really high scores. So of course, for the high scores, you are reinforcing. For the low scores, you are making sure that you are changing and looking at how ways to make it better. So that's the first thing we do. We take those surveys and we really use them to optimize what we're doing. Secondly is our employee policies. We actually take time to review them almost every year. Every year we're looking at one new policy. And we actually also create new policies. And we're not waiting for the market. If we feel that there's something that we can do to further enhance the well-being of our people, we don't just say, let's do it as a one-off. We actually put a policy to guide it and for it to be sustainable. And of course, that means there'll be a budget to support it. So the other thing that we do is around training. So when we're training people, we actually take time to look for the kind of training that would actually not just train them on words, but upskill the people within. So, and sometimes, yes, we might have budget constraints, but even when we have budget constraints, we're like, okay, then our mentorship thing will kick in, then our coaching will kick in. Then we can get some of our partners, like our IT partners, to say, okay, what can you do? And we'll make sure that learning, that continuous learning is happening. We don't want to even, and so whatever I say, that nothing limits us. So whatever is supposed to be limiting, you will always find a way, that our innovation kicking in, innovative ways of dealing with it.
Okay.
And so that's the kind of environment that we are curating every day. And then fun. We like to have fun. And that's why we collaboratively work with marketing. We're always eating into their budget sometimes that we must do this thing. Because so it's employer branding, but at the same time, it's also increasing your net promoter score within. So when people have a good time, when they enjoy, when they bond together, psychologically, they work better together.
Exactly.
So one of our ethos is winning for you. What it means is that if I win, you win. If you win, I win. And that's something that we are preaching, and marketing gets tired of us because we are winning this thing together. we're enjoying this money together, but at the same time, as we're trying to get customers, we have to also make sure that our internal people are also, benefiting from all that is being done. So fun is something that is very high up, in our ethos.
Awesome. I was just you answered my last question, and I don't know how you do that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So last words. There's that I always ask this because I have a 7-year-old daughter. She's my world, So I always ask this question. I'm like, there's that little girl that's listening, and she's like, talk to her. Rachel, yes.
I would say that don't be discouraged, not by anyone, not by anything. Even if you're not doing so well in class, just keep pushing. Let me tell you, the sky is the stepping stone to getting to where you want to get to. And you don't even know where you're going to get to. I never knew I was going to be on the radio speaking. They told me I won't believe it. But things happen when you keep pushing, keep moving, keep learning, unlearning, and relearning. you will definitely get it. Just remain there, doing the job and giving it the best. That's what I'll tell you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. So Bukola, same thing to you.
Okay. So for me, as a talent management person, one thing I know for sure, God gave everybody minimum of 5 talents.
Hmm.
So find whatever you are drawn to, passionate about, what do you enjoy, and just stay on it, cultivate it, live it, breathe it. Find people that are already doing something around it. Spend time with them. You will just see that naturally you are drawn in that direction. And when they're looking for people, it's you. That's why you have children talent. You have children people that are on the radio, they are doing things already because naturally they brought that gifting, from above. And so when we look at people, I don't just see Rachel as marketing. I see her in so many faces. I see her do so much, So everybody came with at least 5 talents, and I'm willing for anyone to challenge me on it. I will prove it to you. I've proven it to a lot of people, and because it's God given. That means there's an ease and a grace that comes with it. So just flow with the grace, and yeah, please make sure you have fun doing it.
Guys, you heard. There's nothing else to add to this. There's the toppings, everything is in place. Thank you, Rachel Owolabi, head of marketing, Emple, and customer experience. Thank you, Bukola Thomas, group head, group
Chief people officer.
Group chief people officer. Yes, group head. What? What's the second word after
It's
the
just
group?
chief people officer.
Yes, chief people officer Bukola Thomas. Thank you so much. The amazing people at Emple. Thank you for making this happen, and thank you for opening the eyes of the people, especially the young ladies, are the ones that care about the. Many of the old ladies are and the old men stuck in their ways and they want to occupy. But the younger ones, I'm interested because they always, you know why? Because they always find a way to do it that is better. And I'm in shock every time. And it's not rehearsed, it's not planned. It's just they just look at it. They look at it long enough. You think they're being lazy, but they're actually looking at it. And when they approach it, they strike. They're like, "What? I've been trying to go round, to do this and come in this way. They've done it. They're waiting for you, So it's good to. I've always believed that to make that spread to other people, and they're willing to share too. Many of us we don't want to share, we want to occupy that, we just want to, be the go-to people. And that's why a show like this is amazing and it's awesome and it's right. It's timely, Once again, thank you, Emple. WFM, you guys are killing it. You know how we do. Thank you so much. It's still the Queens on the mic. We'll take a music break. We got Little Sims, one of my favorite female rappers. She's Nigerian. She has a song called Lion. Stay here.
Bet you never seen a young black woman so fly. Since Mars arrived, got the heart of a lion, Nigerian pride. Everybody